This is video 10 in a series on outcome mapping, and this one is about monitoring and evaluation. In all our videos so far and in the IDRC toolkit, the first tools are about planning carefully, planning properly, and planning with a view to outcomes, with a view to behaviours, and with a view on people. Now, some people who are used to the more formalised and regularised monitoring and evaluation, where you count things, you count the number of wells you put in, you count how many pumps are still working, you count how many committees exist, actually feel awkward when outcome mapping is talking about it's the quality of those committees and it's the change in behaviour, in people's behaviour within those committees that we can watch and we can document. So when it comes to monitoring and evaluating, outcome mapping is not fuzzy. It can be very clear, and it does use data. The data comes from a number of sources, and we'll deal with that in the next video. But in this video, I just wanted to talk about monitoring and evaluating a little bit broader, a little bit more general. The point with any evaluation, and even monitoring to a certain extent, is what is the point? Who is going to use this? We talk about utility or utilization of evaluations. So one of the first steps that IDRC recommends is to document who you think will use the information, and only collect that information which is appropriate to the users. Don't have masses of information. If you're anything like me, I love lots of information because it allows for people to analyse it from different angles. But the truth is, we rarely get round to that analysis. So it would be better from the start to be clear, why are we analysing this? Now, we have created outcome challenges. We've articulated them very carefully for all the boundary partners in our programme. We've even suggested progress markers. So in terms of monitoring the programme's progress, we've got those ideas set up, and all we have to do is to document somehow the movement through those ideas. So we need to be very clear. Why are we collecting this data and who is going to use it? If it's about adjusting our strategy, if we're looking at those progress markers to see that we're off track and that actually nobody is moving towards the landscape that we were hoping for, then that's about accountability, and we can get that information from annual events, from getting our staff together, for inviting key stakeholders. If it's about accountability to the donor, if we've used public funds for our project and they want to know that we're actually changing the landscape and that actually people who were poor are now having clean water and now having improved health, then these are a collection and collation of the outcome challenges. Maybe they're not even among our boundary partners, but they're in our the boundary partners of our boundary partners. But that's fine. We can work with our boundary partners to collect information and data from their communities. How many people use the pump? What do they think of the ownership of the pump? Who are they looking to repair the pump when it fails? Other use of an evaluation may be for lobbying, for advocacy. So we want to collect the stories of change, which increase our funding, and the stories of non-change, where change has been blocked by structures within the powers and authorities, and some lobbying needs to be done. Maybe a policy that needs to be changed, regulation that needs to be changed. So the focus of any monitoring and evaluation needs to start, you need to start with the question, who is going to use this data and for what? and then decide which data you are definitely going to collect.